Hello everybody, it's Xeno Enthusiast yet again, and today I'm doing something a little different. So, basically, this is going to be my first ever what if video that will not be scripted. I will be making this up as I go along the video. But first, a little bit of a shout out. So, who I'm trying to shout out is Chrono GP What Ifs. He allowed me to use the background for my what if. Basically, how I'm gonna go along with it and everything. The idea of the powers is still mine, as far as I can tell, but he has allowed me to use the background. So, shout out to him. If you haven't seen him before, go to his channel. His what ifs are amazing. Love them. And there we go. So, as the title suggests, today this will be the unscripted version of what if what if Izuku Midoriya was the reincarnation of Shin Gojira. Part 1, possibly. This may or may not reach the public. Did I really just say not like that? Sorry. It may or may not reach the public. All depends on how I feel about it. But, also, sorry for any background noise. Family. May or may not reach the public. Depends on how I feel about it. And, oh, also, later on, maybe today or tomorrow, hopefully, I will get the scripted version of what if Izuku Midoriya was Shin Gojira. Not the reincarnation, but what if he had, like, the powers of him and stuff. Anyways. Yeah. That should be it, but, here we go. So, we start off around when Izuku is 5. Yeah, let's go with that. And yes, I'm going to go with the cliche, he's in an orphanage. Yes, hate me all you want in the comments, whatever. He's in an orphanage, and he is living in a society where men rarely have quirks, and women are the dominant gender. Men are treated like shit. Like absolute shit. So, they're used for all types of stuff that's bad. You can get what I'm getting at. Anyways, men are treated like crap. Women, superior. Men don't have quirks. Yada yada. Anyways, Izuku is sitting on the floor, just thinking to himself, whenever... Yeah, I did not think it was going to take that much. Sorry. Alright. These two girls walk up to him. He looks up to them, and he's still kind of clueless about the world. So he looks up to them and says, "Hey, I'm Izuku. What are your names?" The two girls look down at him in disgust. They then start to use their quirks to beat him up. Because, yeah, men are treated like dirt. After that, Izuku now understands everything about the world. Because he's somewhat intelligent. He understands the situation. Men suck, women are better, all that. So then, stuff like this goes on. Sometimes he'd get beaten by girls. Sometimes he'd get beaten by the boys because they were ordered to by the girls. Because, sorry, if you go against the girls, that's gonna be bad. Like, they'll use their quirks and beat you if you go against them. So, he gets beaten quite often. So, finally, one day, Inko strolls. Whatever. She walks in and asks for a child. The person there who watches over them takes Inko into the room and has all the children line up single file. The shortest one there is Izuku Midoriya. Inko decided, hey, why not? So she adopted Izuku. Some of you might think, oh, so Izuku's finally gonna get a break and someone's gonna be nice to him. Yeah, no. Yeah. Inko is going to beat Izuku. Yeah. God, this is morbid. Well, not really morbid, just bad. Oh well. So, she takes him home after adopting him, and she forces him to wear a collar. A shock collar. Oh boy. Okay, sorry about that. Izuku looks up to Inko and says, Mommy, what's this? Inko then immediately takes out the remote and shocks the hell out of him. She then looks down at him and says, Never, ever call me that again. I am not your mother. You are not my son. You are my dog. She then puts the remote in her pocket and walks out. Sorry. This goes on for a couple of years because I don't really have much to tell you about during his childhood. He gets shocked, beaten, all that. Mistreated. So later on, he moved on to school. His mother enrolls him into primary school? Hell, I don't know. I don't really understand the Japanese school system. She enrolls him into school. And basically it's elementary school for us people who understand our school system, but not theirs. Elementary. So, Izuku sits down at a desk. He still has his shock collar on, so he can never take it off. If he tries to, Inko will get a notification and Izuku will be shocked. So, Izuku sits down, and everyone just stares at him. Yes?
Are you practicing?
I'm recording it right now. Terribly sorry about that, everybody. Just an annoying family member. Alright. Where was I? Right. Zuku still has his collar on, and everybody is staring at him. I think you know where this is going. Well, not yet. So, group of girls walk up to Izuku. Now you know where this is going. Group of main girl, the leader there, tells Izuku to meet them behind the school after school time. One of the biggest cliches ever. Anyways, school day ends, and school day ends. Izuku goes behind the school to meet up with the girls. cliche stuff happens. Izuku starts getting beaten up by the girls with their quirks and stuff. Until a knight in shining armor comes to his rescue. A blonde-haired boy with a temper starts running at the girls with explosions in his hands. Stop that! What are you doing? He didn't do anything to you. He then runs into the group and uses his explosion quirk to knock everybody back. Then, the blonde-haired boy, knowing that he messed up, grabs Izuku's hand, pulls him up, and then takes him out of there. Him and Izuku and the blonde boy are now alone and far away from the girls. Izuku turns to the blonde boy and asks, "Who are you?" Now, if you couldn't guess, then, well, I don't know, maybe you should get your brain checked, but if you couldn't guess who this is, it's Katsuki Bakugou. And yes, in this what if, Katsuki Bakugou is going to be a nice person, because, yeah, he's gone through hardships too, so he feels sentimental towards Izuku, so he's gonna be nice. Well, alright. Izuku turns to the blonde boy and asks, "Who are you?" Blonde boy then says, "My name is Katsuki Bakugou, and I am your new best friend." Izuku just stared at him. "What?" "You heard me. I am your new best friend. Take my hand." Izuku's just like, okay. So they shake hands. From then on, Izuku and Katsuki get into a bunch of mischief, messing with girls, like, not that way, but like, getting back at them for everything. Izuku's mainly just like a hype man, because he can't do anything. And so, time skip to about until he's about 10. God, sorry about that. He's about 10 now. Cat. Sorry. What if my cat is just staring at me like I'm crazy? You guys think I'm crazy? Probably. Anyways, time skip until Izuku is 10 years old. Inko decides to adopt a 12-year-old girl. So, Izuku now has a sister. Quotation marks. Guess what happens next? Inko and the sister, quotation sister, start beating Izuku. They do it both together. They tag team him. And so, this goes on and on and on until he's about, let's just say he's 11. Because I don't want to keep doing the time skips all the time. So, one day, Izuku is in the middle of being beaten by Inko and his quote-unquote sister, who I'm going to name Izumi for the cliche, and not really wanting to be that creative. Inko and Izumi are beating Izuku, and suddenly, for Izuku, it feels like time just stops. He then closes his eyes out of fear, but whenever he opens them, he's no longer in his house surrounded by his mom and his quote-unquote mom and sister, but he is in a large white room. He just looks around, and sorry about that. He just looks around and is wondering, where am I? Then he hears a low voice. Are you seriously just going to let them do that to you? Zuku looks around, looking for the source of the voice. He then turns around to see a extremely large, jet black but with red highlights. Jet black, red creature that is extremely tall. He steps back and says, "What the hell are you?" Creature repeats, "Are you really just going to let them do that to you?" "What do you mean?" "They are attacking you. Why don't you do something?" "Because I'm powerless. I don't have a quirk. Even if I did, I'd get in big trouble. I can't do anything." Sorry about that. "Oh, dear child. You have no idea the power that you possess. You know, I think I'll help you. Here, why don't you show them some of our power?" Izuku then opens his eyes to see his quote-unquote mother and sister backing away from him. He then notices that he has a tail. Not just a regular tail. It is a jet black tail with red at the tip, like blood, but then out of the red tip form bones, and they form into a face. So, he looks back at them with a sinister grin. But, this isn't really Izuku anymore. He's kind of just in his subconscious looking at what's going on. Right now, the creature has taken over his mind. God, this is so complicated. Why did I do it like this? Oh well, let's just see how it goes. Oh. I already asked, so I got to do it. Anyways, the creature possessing Izuku then looks back at the quote-unquote mother and sister and grins at them. Inko then stammers out, What the hell are you?" Creature possessing Izuku then says, "Destruction." Then, the creature possessing Izuku then starts to lose its lips to show its teeth, which grosses and freaks quote-unquote mother and sister the hell out. Izuku, being possessed, then opens his mouth, and his lower jaw splits in half. He then shoots out a beam of fire that roasts both Inko and Izumi alive. So there goes the abusive family. They're all gone. Yeah. Both of them are dead. Jeez. Let me just check real quick how long this is. Oh, wow. I thought it would have been much shorter, but it's actually 19 minutes. Dang. Well, I guess this is a first for everybody. It's going to be around a 20-minute long episode. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have done that before. I don't know. Let me check real quick. Just give me a sec. if Naruto Uzumaki had a funeral parasite, that one technically was 20 minutes, even though it was 1958. Oh well, this one's gonna be 20 minutes. Yeah, right there. 2022. Yep, there we go. Anyways, Inko Izumi burned alive, and Izuku regains control of his body. Now, keep in mind, his mouth has already gone back together and his lips came back, so he's perfectly fine. Although now he has the tail with him forever, because, yeah. No, this is just a mess of a video. I did not do this properly. Oh well, I'll post it anyways, because why not? Alright. Conveniently, Izuku and Katsuki, his families, well, their families, lived close by. So, Izuku, sorry, ran all the way to Katsuki's house. Now, Mitsuki was actually a nice person, a nice lady. You know, not like the rest of the women in the world. She was a nice lady. So she didn't abuse Katsuki, and she actually liked Izuku. Don't you dare start thinking of other things. You know what I mean. She is nice, not ultra nice. Not that nice. You know what I mean. Anyways, Izuku runs to their house and starts banging on the door. Terribly sorry. Mitsuki opens the door and says, Izuku, is something wrong? Says, Mrs. Bakugou, please let me in. Why? What happened, Izuku? Just, please, let me in. I need to hide. Alright. So she lets him in. Izuku instantly runs up to Bakugou's room. Well, Katsuki. He opens the door, runs in, closes it shut. Izuku? What are you doing here? I messed up. I messed up, Katsuki. I don't know what to do. Izuku, calm down. What do you mean? I killed them. What? I killed them. I roasted them. They're gone. Oh god, what did I do? What did I do? Izuku, what do you mean? I killed them, Katsuki. I killed them. I burned them alive. Oh god, what did I do? Why? Izuku, calm down. I'm sure it wasn't your fault. But it was! It was my fault. Izuku then just gets down on the ground and starts to cry because of what he's done. Some of you might ask, why is he crying? He was abused. Well, he wanted to become a hero, and he just killed people. So, his mentality is just shattered. Anyways, Katsuki starts to comfort Izuku and all that. Mitsuki comes up and asks what was wrong, and since Izuku is a sobbing mess, Katsuki explained it to her. Oh dear, that's not good. I don't know. Yeah, I know. What are we gonna do? Well, I mean, maybe we could play it off as a house fire. Both of them died, but Izuku was able to get out, and he ran here. Yeah, that should work. And so it did work. It worked out flawlessly. Why? Because of plot. Yep. That one magical word that I've used in my video sometime. Plot. So yeah. Izuku gets out of this scot-free, except for mentally, because he just killed 2 people. But the creature inside his mind is extremely pleased with his actions, his own actions, because again, Izuku is being possessed. Alright. I think I should mention that the top 2 heroes, All Might and Endeavor, gender swap. So, All Might's a girl, Endeavor's a girl. Which means that for Endeavor's case, her name is going to be Gojira. Yeah, I know that's not really creative. It's just NG, but Gojira, whatever. And I forgot the wife's name, but it's just gonna be like a male version of her. Yeah, so switched. The wife who is now a man is treated like worse crap than before. Well, I don't know. Whatever. So yeah. Endeavor, All Might, girls now. Whatever. So, Ooh. Oh. A lot of you are gonna hate me for this, but I don't care because I just got great material. Alright. So. Alright. Izuku and Katsuki are walking down the street and everything, trying to act normal and all that. Trying to be cool. Like, well, not trying to bother anybody. Then, Endeavor shows up. Alongside a little girl. That's them. Those are the 2 boys who have been causing a ruckus. Please, take care of them. Little girl then runs off. So, you 2 are the ones who have been causing a disturbance. Disgusting men. I'll have to eradicate both of you. Katsuki, being the good friend he is, stands in front of Izuku and gets ready for battle. I'm sure you know where this is going. Alright. Bit of fighting later. Endeavor shoots a ray of fire that goes straight through Katsuki, and, well, he's dead. Izuku stares at his dead best friend, and then looks back at Endeavor, who is laughing, because, that's who women are. In this way, at least. So, Izuku is once again in his mindset. Well, his mindscape. Big white room with big creature. So, she killed your friend. What are you gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? Give me your power, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do about it. Good. Destroy them. Izuku then falls to the ground. His whole body starts to glow kind of red and pulsate. He then grows into a 10-meter version of Shin Godzilla. Endeavor then gets ready to throw her fire attacks at Izuku. But Shin Izuku is having none of this. So, he then shoots his fire at her, splitting his jaw open, shooting it out. This doesn't really do anything because, well, Endeavor is all about fire. And so, Izuku then gets hit with a fire beam, strong enough to pierce right through him. Thankfully enough, the tough skin on his body had enough durability to stop it, but it hurt like hell. So then, Izuku decides to evolve, but not just like taking a different form. He just uses evolution to give him a new attack. If you've seen Shin Godzilla, then you know what this is. He then starts to shoot fire at Endeavor. Ha! You already tried this before, remember? It didn't work! It then starts to grow smaller until it condenses into a beam and turns purple. It then slices right through Endeavor, killing her instantly. Izuku, in his fit of rage, then goes and destroys the city. I'd really just do this. Oh well. Alright, I guess that's the first part of this unscripted what if. Probably a disaster or not, who knows. That's for you all to decide. This was my first 31-minute video. I guess that's a possibility whenever you do unscripted videos, but anyways, I hope you somewhat enjoyed this because I don't know if even I am going to enjoy this, but I'll post it anyway so you guys can see it. Alright, this is a Xeno Enthusiast, and I hope you all have a good day or night, and I am signing off.